Okay, we're on U5A6, which is the last lesson for the course. It's called Lenz's Law and the Motor Principle. Now, you'll notice I've crossed out Lenz's Law. We're just going to look at the motor principle here. So I'm teaching to the test on this one. The motor principle states that a current carrying conductor experiences a force when it is placed in an external magnetic field. Now, this is really complicated. What you have is you've got an electrical current. It's going from minus to positive. Now, here's why it's complicated, because they're going to talk about going from positive to minus. Electricity does not flow that way, but that's conventional current. And then what you have is a magnet. So I'm going to draw a magnet that looks like this. I know, horrible artist coming at you here. Here's north, here's south. So here is your magnetic field. Here is your electrical field. And what's happening is there's a force. So there's three things going on. There's an electrical field, there's a magnetic field, and then there's a force that's coming straight out at you. What you want to imagine here is you want to imagine the hand. The fingers are pointing in the direction of the current. The thumb, let's do this. The fingers are pointing in the direction that the current's going. If you look at my diagram, the thumb is pointing in the direction of the magnetic field, and the hand is pointing in the direction of the force. We are using the right hand rule. So you got to be able to think in three dimensions here. You have three things going on. Current, magnetic force, you can see that in the diagram, north to south magnetic, current going across. The force is coming straight out towards you, and that force can be used to do work, and that force is going to be there to drive a motor. Here's what you have to get out of this section, which is U5A6. I've given you 3 videos in content 3. So there's content 1, content 2, content 3. I've crossed out content 1. You've only got content 2 and content 3. You have to understand how the force is created with an electrical current, a magnet, and the force. So all you have to understand there is the right-hand rule. I've given you a video for that in content 3. I've given you 3 videos to go over. Then what you have to do is I've given you 2 videos on motors and how they work. You have to understand the following parts of a motor and how they make a motor work. The external magnet and its role, right there. The current carrying wire and its role. Then there are 3 things called armatures, commutators, and carbon brushes. So you have to know how all of this goes together, and there's going to be 2 questions on your unit test on this. You are done the course.